So it was at that point that I realized I had to do something a little bit more involved. So I actually looked up the life cycle at that point, and it was then that it hit me what I was actually doing wrong. So I discovered that the entire life cycle of a fungus gnat lasts around 3 to 4 weeks. So that's from egg to larva to pupa to adult fly, and all that can happen at the same time as you have various generations. So you can actually have the whole thing going on in one single pot and around a single pot. So it seemed to me that what I was missing was that I wasn't actually tackling all stages of the life cycle. I was either drenching the soil to kill what was going on in the pot, but that meant I wasn't actually tackling the adult flies, or I was tackling the adult flies and I wasn't actually drenching what was going on in the pot. So the solution as I saw it was to actually come up with a way of tackling all the adults at once and all the larvae, eggs, pupa inside the pot. So it's kind of like a two-pronged attack, which actually turned into being like a three-pronged attack. So let's go through what I actually did. And just as an aside, don't make the mistake of thinking that they only like general purpose compost and that they won't attack orchid media. I've found that I've collected an awful lot of adult flies in and around orchid pots that only have bark in them. So that to me is a myth, whether it's a myth that I've come up with myself, but I always thought that it was just general purpose compost. No, they also like aroid mixes as well. So just be warned. So the actual products that I purchased in order to do this doesn't actually matter as much as the method itself. So you could use anything that had a similar effect as the products that I bought. Both products were actually organic, so it wasn't like I was using any chemicals, but let's go through what I actually did. So for the first prong of this attack, I needed something that was a contact killer. So something that actually killed the pest on contact with either the leaves or on contact with it directly. So I needed a spray. You can actually find all sorts of products, not just that kill fungus gnats, but more or less kill anything that is alive and moves. Any kind of insecticide that's what it says it does. If it says it kills aphids and spider mite and whitefly, then it's likely that it's going to kill fungus gnats as well. So I bought some of that and I sprayed it all over. So I sprayed the surfaces of the soil, I sprayed all the plants, all the foliage, and of course, if there was anything that I could see flying about, I sprayed in that direction as well. So that's the first prong of my attack. But in also, to get those flying ones, I use the sticky traps. But here's a pro tip. You really want to bend over the end of these sticky traps. I didn't do it initially, and that's something that I'm going to go round and do. But apparently, if you bend them over like that, so that they're horizontal to the surface of the soil, you'll actually catch more fungus gnats than if you put them into the pot like that, upright. So it makes sense really, doesn't it? Apparently they are attracted to the yellow, so if you move it over like that, I suppose they think they're flying into the sun. So that might be something that's worth trying that maybe you've not thought of before. So that's two prongs of my three-pronged attack. Let's move on to the next one. So next, of course, you need a drench. You need something to water in it. And I actually bought a different product, again, an organic product, something similar to mosquito bits, which I've heard a lot about, or mosquito dunks that I've heard a lot about. And mine came in tablet form. I got 25 tablets, and I simply pop one into every watering can that I actually fill with water. It takes about 2 or 3 minutes to dissolve, and then I water everything that gets watered in that fashion with that actual product. So what have we got here? We've got something to stop anything flying around, or something certainly to prevent it from flying around for too long. So we're talking about the sticky yellow traps, and we're talking about the spray on the foliage and just a general spray in the air or along the surface of the pot. And the third thing we're talking about is a drench that actually goes into the pot and kills the stages of the fungus gnat when it's in the pot, so the eggs, pupa, larva. So it's really important to repeatedly apply this method. Certainly initially, I'm going to be doing it now for the next few weeks. For every single time I water or I spray, the spray and the water are going to have those products in them. So I'm really going to go all out to try and reduce numbers and to try and really eradicate the whole thing. So I think I'm at the stage now, I can only see 1 or 2 flying about. I'm actually going to get rid of all the yellow traps now, especially the ones that are covered in rotting fly corpses, because I think they look terrible. I'm going to put some more in, and I'm going to put them horizontal to the surface just to make sure that we get rid of any remaining flies that are around here, and then hopefully that will really reduce my numbers. And then in another couple of months, or really another month, I'm going to do the whole thing again to make sure that they're all gone. Of course, they can still fly in through the doors. Of course, they're still going to come in through the water, but then I will just continually do this process and go through this process, because I certainly don't want the scale of infestation that I've just had. So I hope that's helpful for some people. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you do have houseplants that have had this kind of an issue, then you're definitely going to want to get this next thing absolutely right. So I'll point to a video up there, go and watch that one and see if you are one of the people who get this wrong. So for now, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.